What's going on, guys? It's Monday, November 11th. Let me fix my microphone here. It is Memorial Day here in the United States. Markets are still open. Thank you for joining me today. As usual, we're going to be doing our 30-minute portfolio review just to trade live with everybody. See what we do with some trades. With the Trump surge, I think a lot of option sellers are facing the same issue, which is, a lot of your calls are underwater, and we're going to have to make some hard decisions. And the reality is that, look, if you made money, you made money. And if you made money, that is a successful trade. Do not fall into the trap of thinking that because you didn't capture every single cent on the trade that you weren't successful, because that is how you drive yourself crazy, and that is how you begin to trade incorrectly. You begin to trade with vengeance. You begin to trade trying to catch up when in reality you are ahead. So keep that in mind as you roll your positions. Now, let's go ahead and start with my trade here with Celsius, right? Celsius has been one that hasn't really been performing that well. We have a $25 call, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, we have a $25 call, which at 25 I think is a phenomenal basis. We sold a $34.50 call for the end of this week. So, I think this is going to expire worthless. We're just going to let that ride and do its thing. What I will be looking for is perhaps maybe doubling my contracts here, or, like right now we're down 150. So it may make sense to even open a position at 2,800. What I do want to do though is I do want to keep my cash position as large as I can. I think the market has just completely blown up to an irrational point. So the one trade that I did want to close is Enphase. I was doing a little bit more research into Enphase, solar panels, and the future of solar with the Trump administration, and it doesn't really make me feel that comfortable. So I don't know if these two trades are going to be favorable. These are already down 175. So maybe what we'll do is we'll keep these a little bit longer. 180. So we're down about $300 on both of these trades. The question is, what is Enphase's floor? And this stock has been extremely volatile. Seems like it broke the resistance that it had here at 77. So now it could really just go down as much as who knows. Now luckily we don't have that much collateral tied up here. So this may be a position that we just hold on. Intuit is one that we got to monitor. Intuit just blew up and a few of our calls are underwater. So this is one that we really have to just keep monitoring. I have a 637 expiring this week. I have this credit put expiring next week, which I think will expire worthless. It may make sense to just close this, but it is $150. So the question is, do I want to wait those 2 weeks for $150? And we've got 655s for November 22nd. We still have about a month left on our calls. 3 and 3. So look, right now I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to monitor Intuit. If it goes above 690, I'd want to know. But if it goes, but yep, these are pretty tight right here. I think we have earnings coming up on November 21st. So I may roll this just so I can take advantage of the IV that comes with rolling past. Let's see what's the most we can roll to get it to 622. So this is worth $5,000 right now. So if I wanted to roll that position, I'd have to go to 640. So it's really not that much. 49.80. $160 for a week. You know, I'm not going to do anything just yet. I'm going to let this one ride. You know, we are the ones that we have time on our side. So we don't have to do anything drastic right now. Now, Riot has been one that just completely took off. I mean, this is crazy, man. 17% is absolutely mind-boggling. I got in at, I got a phenomenal basis, $9. Literally, I think this was like 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. I also have 850 puts and an $11 call for 1115. So I'm probably going to roll this call as well. Probably what I'll do is see if maybe we can roll this to, let's see. So share price is 15, 393. You know what? We may just have to do this all the way to, what is this, December 20th? I get back on the, what are we looking at on December 13th? 400. So we're looking at 1150. So we're looking at 50 cents with a month. Now, if we go to January at 400, we can go all the way to 12. Yeah, and I may do that. We'll go. So what I do is at the end, I go through my trade history and then I update my. Okay, but look, money's money is money, you know, and that's a trade that I will let them go at that share price. It is what it is. Intuit, we can hold on to. Celsius is fine. Rocket Lab, what are we doing with Rocket Lab here? Rocket Lab just blew up again too. I mean, everything is just blowing up. I mean, it's absolutely mind-boggling what's going on. So we have with Rocket Lab, I believe I have two $10 calls, and then I have two 13.5s that expire this week. So we're going to go ahead and roll both of these two. And I'm going to roll these to January. And let's go ahead and go to, these are worth, oh, but wait, hold on, because January, these are January 17th. So I'd like to roll it to just before, so that way I have the option of just selling them or not. So December 17th, so let's do December 27th. December 20th is right before we leave, yeah. So I could be able to go to 15, 195, 160, yeah. Let's do this. So we're just rolling everything out pretty much. 20 is not getting filled, so let's go ahead and try 15. So now when December 20th comes around, either this will expire worthless or Rocket Lab will continue to move up. And I'll be able to either take assignment of the 200 shares at $10 or let my call expire worthless and then just sell the two long buys that I have, which have appreciated substantially in value. So that's where we stand with that one. Now let's go to TSLL. This is another one that I'm trying to defend. You know, TSLL just completely shot right through the roof. I mean, this is absolutely crazy, dude. I've doubled this Intuit position. I mean, this Tesla position. And so look, we've got $8 puts for expiring this week. So these will expire worthless. If we can close these for a cent, I will buy to close. 4 contracts, 0.01. All right, so for $4, oh, look at that. And they got assigned. This was a great trade. I mean, I was getting $42 per contract. All right, so I think those puts are gone. So now I have 5 calls and 5 calls. So these 14 and a halves that expire this week, I think what I'm going to do with these is let's go ahead and roll these out. So we're going to roll these to December 20th. And they're worth $7.75. So that means that I'd be able to roll them to 15, so 50 cents. But if we go all the way to January, we'll be able to go to January on this one. 763. 1673. I mean, if we wanted to do 22. Really $1. All right, well, look, I'm in no hurry. So, you know what I will do, though, is let's do 25. Let's see if I can get these for credit. That'd be great. Estimated credit. $713. And these are $745. That's it. For 0. It's probably not going to get filled. Look, I'm going to go ahead and let me go ahead and do this then. I'll be willing to pay $5. I'll do that. 25. No. I'll go up to 10. Let's try 10. Let's do debit for 10. I'll pay you $10, but I'm able to at least inch out a whole $100 worth of capital appreciation. Let's see if we can get this filled. Absolutely wild what Tesla has done. I mean, this is absolutely incredible. Really highlights one of the dangers of selling covered calls, right? Which is, you know, if I was to do this all over again, especially with a very volatile stock like Tesla, I would probably sell covered calls on half my position. And, you know, it's funny because this TSLL position was really supposed to be my upside. And I ended up selling calls on it too to bring some income. And look what happened. But luckily, I'm not concerned. You know, we'll just keep chipping at this away for the next year, 2 years. It's not a big deal. So we're not getting filled at 10 either. So let's see if we can get filled at, this one is, it's going to 20. Let's see if we can at least get 20 bucks. Yeah, I'll do 100. But at 20, I don't even know if we're going to get covered at 20. Just wild. Look, let's do this. 40, 50, 15, 50, 16, 50, 698, 705, 30. You know what? I'll even do 30. If 30 doesn't get it filled, then I'm not gonna go above that. I think it's like a 35 or 40 right now. Because the other thing we can do is go to March, but March is, I don't want to go out that much just yet. 14, 15, 16. 30 should fill. Let's try 30 one more time. $35? Should we do 35? What is that, 175? Really? 35 isn't even getting that filled. Absolutely wild. All right, so let's do this. Let's go with 15. And here we get to lock in credit of, let's see if we can get 30. Okay, 30 is not filling. So let's do 25. Does 25 get us filled? Boom. All right, 25 got us filled. All right, so that's taken care of till January. Now these 18s that are expiring in 2 weeks, let's go ahead and do the same thing with these. So I've got November, December, January. Let's go to January 2025. And these are worth 465. So we may be able to squeeze in a credit. Let's see. You never know. Even if it's a small credit, I like to do that because, you know, there's a contract cost, 3 cents per contract. And while it's not material, I'd rather just not pay it. So if I can at least squeeze out 5 cents per contract, or $5 in this case per contract, then I will. All right, this is going crazy. Did it get filled, or did it? Okay, nice. It got filled. There we go. So we got it for credit. So that one I'm not concerned about anymore. Gonna let that run. Cool. So both of these are out. And then we'll wait for a red day to sell some puts on it at this strike price, for example, for January 2025. So that way we really squeeze this one out. You know, 1573s. Let me see, sell puts. 1573s. Yeah, they're not paying that much. They're paying $130 a contract. You know, so I think Tesla's going to have to have some sort of realization and come back down. Oh, so this still hasn't rolled. This is still trying to roll. Oh, I thought it did. Okay, so these are the ones that we're still trying to figure out. 18. It's 475. All right, let's do $1 for credit. At least get the fees paid, like we said. Will that be enough? Who knows? I'd love to look at this. It's just absolutely mind-numbing. 320. He's about $100 billion richer than Jeff Bezos. It's fucking crazy. All right, so either these filled or they didn't fill. They didn't fill. Really? Because I gotta pay 500, and then these I only get 488. Okay, so let's go to. We'll just have to go one lower on the. These are worth 590. 20, and then we'll bring in some money through the door as well. So 3, 4 out of 5. All right, cool. So we're done with TSLO. All right, let's go to CleanSpark. CleanSpark has been halted now for a couple. It's still halted. This thing's gonna blow up. I'm curious to know if we can still trade. If I wanted to close this out, right? Would I be able to? So given this is reflective of Bitcoin price and Bitcoin is through the roof, when this does open, this is going to go right through the roof. It's still halting. You know, if I was to do CleanSpark CEO, his name is Zachary Bradford. Zachary Bradford. Is this him? No. Let's go to CleanSpark. Chairman and co-founder of CleanSpark. November 8th was his last comment. Okay, well, nothing yet. I am concerned about my calls. I have a 12.5, 12, and a 13. So I have 4, but I have 500 shares. So at least 100 shares of those will be able to ride up. I'm going to roll these out till January and then let them go. So we'll address that when CleanSpark opens back up. CleanSpark. Costco. So Costco is a poor man's cover call campaign that I started on the wonderful Costco. Also a earnings play. They are reporting earnings on December 12th. So I'm bringing some money in through the door by just selling some very out of the money calls. You know, look, I sold a 1,005 and a 990 for November 22nd. To bring in about $600 to $700 through the door. And we're gonna ideally have these long calls unencumbered for earnings. And depending on what happens with earnings, we either continue the poor man's cover call or we double our position. And if we see a small correction with these, where these come back down to right now, I got them for 43.50. They're 44.50. I may buy even more of these, but that's what we're doing with Costco. Intuit credit spread. I'm conflicted because I really just want to get this off my books, but this is pretty much a free $160. This expires on 11/22. Earnings are on November 21st. So I'll probably close this at the end of this week, but I'm gonna let that DK just really kick in and get me an extra $100. Calls, that's fine. Riot, I think we spoke about Riot. 1475 went completely through the roof. We have some shares. We have 100 shares at 915. We have a $12 call expiring in January, and we have $28.50 puts expiring next week. That one printed. So it's at 14. This is at 12. We should be sitting pretty after January. All right, let's continue here. I don't know why Robinhood is sometimes it lags. Sorry I look like this, by the way. I just came back from the gym. All right, so Costco, Intuit, Riot, Tesla 215 call. This, I'm just gonna push this one out. There's no point in waiting on this one anymore. I'm gonna go ahead and take and throw this all the way out to January. Right now it's worth about $13,000. So we're gonna go to 129. It's worth. So it's 215. I could probably squeeze in 225, 229, 227. 1,200. Let's see if we can squeeze out at least a credit of 100. This is 1220. Did that go through, or I just hate it when it does that? Either it goes through or it just shows it right here. Yeah. This is 12,978. This is 12,858. So it is about $100, but I gotta close this. It's $100 difference. All right, so we've got that. We took care of Tesla. Gained about $5 of share appreciation, so about 500. So about $600 for a few more months of holding it. I'm gonna have to probably let those go, but let's see. I mean, look, Tesla is obviously gonna benefit from this, but I think it's gonna be a bit sobering. And I hope I'm not saying this just because I obviously wanted to go down, but I think it will be a bit sobering when the earnings and you see the PE. I mean, the PE right now on Tesla is probably nonsensical. So let's see what happens. I don't know, but I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna try to hold on to them. Let's look at SoFi. SoFi, what do we do with SoFi? SoFi is pretty much a double at this point. What do we have here? We have the $10 call, which expires on January 17th. We have a SoFi $7 call for January. We have an $8 call on January as well. We have $10 puts for December, and the only reason why I haven't closed these out, there's $90 on them. I guess I will. Let's go ahead and log these out. Nice. Success. Great success. We have this $11 call for December 6th, which I'm not going to do much with right now. As a matter of fact, let me see something here, just so I don't even have to deal with this until. So for those that don't know, I'm actually getting married in December 2nd, and then I got my honeymoon, so I don't want to deal with any of this. I just want to come back from my honeymoon and then see where things are at. If I could roll this out to here, right now it's worth 300. So that means that I'd either have to go to 11, but it is at 11. So this will cost me $50, but it will go up 100. So in reality, I make 50. This will cost me 120, but I'm going to make 200. So I'm going to make about 80. Let's go ahead with this one. Cool. Is it still pending? No, this. Dongi, Wachic. Songi, Wachic, Bache. Sorry, I was taking a picture of my dogs. Okay, cool. So let's continue. 1397. Man, SoFi is just ripping. All right. Let's see what else. So we covered. All right, let's go to Hims. Hims is one that I've. Hims and Crocs are two that I've. Wow. Hims just took off. Absolutely incredible. And to think that I started this position like a month ago, we're already up 60%. I mean, this is wild. We have 10 $18 puts, which are, as a matter of fact, still pretty decent $40. Anyways, I'd really not like to sell puts on a day where it's up 16%. I mean, puts are probably down a tremendous amount of value. But having said that, these 20, okay, so I already rolled this out to January and it's a 25. So we're already underwater, but at least 25. You know, whatever. I'm okay letting go of my shares at 25. That is $25. It's here. Look, if I was to let these go, let's go to the HIMS tracker real quick. That's why I keep reiterating that, yeah, it sucks to see that your calls are underwater and you could have made a little bit more money. But the reality is that this is what my return would look like come January if HIMS is where it is right now. I would make 1657 all the way to 25. So that's 843 just on the shares, right? I would make on the covered calls, I would actually lose 15. So even if it closes below it, I would still lose money. Now on the puts, I would be making 1454 plus what I've already made here, which is 414 and 245. So I would make 29.41 on HIMS with an initial investment of 1658, which is about a 56% return. And I don't even think that math is right, because if I made 29.41 on, sorry, I was actually doing it backwards, on 1651, that's almost a 2x return right there. That's almost a 2xer. So it's you know, I put in 1600 and I get back $3400. I'm okay with that. You know, I bought these October 3rd. It's a little bit over November 3rd. It's pretty much a month. I've been selling puts on this thing since September. I mean, I just, some of these gains are just amazing, you know, and whatever, it is what it is. If should HIMS return down to some sort of respectable levels, I would definitely buy more. All right, brick by brick, you build a portfolio that returns to you a good amount of money, and that's how your portfolio reacts. Now, Riot, $8.50 puts. You know, these are worth $80 for maybe another week. So maybe we'll close these, clean up a little bit of our trades. Let's see if I can get them for 60. Okay, the market wants 80. I'll give you 80. You want 80? I'll give you 80. Boom. And we just locked in a phenomenal profit. Good job. All right, so let's go back. What else we got here? Okay, Rocket Lab, we talked about SQQQ1. This is a hedge. I'm not going to close it just yet. This HIMS put is actually paying a decent amount of money. We're going to leave that. Tesla, $200 call. I thought that was already... Oh, wow. These we'll have to figure out what to do with these. Tesla Q. Those will probably won't do anything with. All right, Walmart calls. Let's see what we got with our Walmart calls. Worth about 630. Okay. We've got, it went up to a total of 650. And we've got earnings on November 19th. So we've got earnings next week. So for now, I'm actually going to leave these open, unencumbered. They do get a lot of their things from China, so that's the only thing that kind of concerns me as far as tariffs and the incoming administration. All right, let's see. Walmart, Two Buys, Celsius, Costco, and Phase. This is the one I really am not too sure on this. And Phase trades. Wow, Tesla's at 350. That's crazy. TSLL, SoFi, Clean Spark, nothing still. Riot, Hims. Okay, let's go to Enphase. Now, what I would maybe explore doing is selling the put, because this 55 is probably up a lot, about 80 bucks. But if I do that, then that 80 would require $8,000 of collateral, you know? So let's just see what happens with these, but I'm not too certain on 200 bucks. Yeah. Just not, let's see. Let's see what happens with them fees. All right, guys. Well, look, that's pretty much it. Look, we're sitting at a pretty 65% return, close to $100,000. It's been a great year. We have our ammunition locked and loaded, about $170,000 worth of margin and investable funds. Oh, we still haven't rolled this. Let's do 45. Really? You want me to pay you the 60 bucks? Let's try 55 again. Really? All right. You know what? Fine. I'll give you that. And then let's take a look at Crocs. What are we looking at with Crocs here? 2%. Crocs has had a pretty rough. AD. All right, guys. That's pretty much it. It's been a great day in the market. Profit is profit. Remember that. Thank you for chiming in. Any questions or concerns, feel free to DM me or just leave a comment in the on X or on YouTube. And if there's anything specific that you would like to see, please let me know. But thank you for tuning in. Please like, subscribe, follow me. I appreciate all of that. And good luck.